Salut et bienvenue dans le mag. Alors une petite terrasse à Paris en plein soleil, c'est l'été qui continue, on va rencontrer Green Day. Alors Green Day, je vous fais une petite histoire, c'est un troisième album qui va sortir qui s'appelle Nimrod. À savoir que les deux précédents albums ont vendu plus de 14 millions aux États-Unis et plus de 22 millions à travers le monde, c'est-à-dire que ce groupe est quand même assez connu. Il y a une génération entière qui se reconnaît à travers ce rock puissant que dégagent les Green Day. Le mag de Green Day, c'est tout de suite. So the new album is coming called Nimrod. So what is the new attitude for the band in this album?
It's not really a new attitude. We just have a lot of different sounds.
Okay, excuse me. Can you get the mic?
No, it's 18 songs called Nimrod, and we got we branched out. We have grown in a lot of ways. We got
the attitude is do what you like.
That's kind of it's very luxe. It's a luxe to do when you can say we can do what we want.
That's right.
Cool.
Well, you just wanted to branch out.
Can you get the mic? Excuse me.
We wanted to branch out and do more things besides just what we're used to doing. And we wanted to challenge ourselves a little more and branch out as songwriters a little more.
So I read somewhere that you sold the last album of the two last albums in America, and you didn't want to put yourself in a kind of okay, we do the same album, then we can get some more money and get some more fans. You just decide to say, okay, now we're going to the studio and we're going to do what we really want to do. So that's important to do.
Well, we've always done what we wanted, we're thankful that we have the ability to, and because we have that attitude, it's what's made this band what we are right now, is one of the best rock bands around.
Yeah, but when you're a rock band and you work, I mean, you sold the last album, the record company, all the kind of business going around can eat you. So how do you fight against that kind of pressure?
We don't really fight.
Well,
we don't really fight our record company because they pretty much work for us. Like, we give them the record and then they're happy, and
they're happy
we don't
with
hear
the music we make, so we don't have any problems with that.
Yeah, I mean, we've been fortunate enough to write songs that everybody likes, for the most part, and no one really has a problem with putting it out or telling us what to do. And if it ever came down to a point where a record company or anybody would tell us how to put out our records, then obviously they wouldn't be a record company anymore.
So but this album is something, the kind of new atmosphere that doesn't exist in the album you did before. The kind of strings going around, there are kind of Arabic song coming on the second or third song. It's kind of new, little things going around.
We've always had the ability to do lots of different things. It just wasn't time yet. And we feel like it's time to go ahead and release some things that we've been able to do for a long time. If you look at Longview, it's total jazz song in a lot of ways. And, you can hear hints of our abilities in our other records. We just decided to let some of it go.
How can you explain the evolution of the band? Because now you know very well, pretty much three of you very, very well. So how can you keep the band together and when you talk to each other, when you work? So how it's happened? Do you fight, or now do you understand everything that you want at the same time?
Well, I think we have a good understanding of each other, It's we played a lot together, we've been through a lot together, so it's, the rest of the world can do whatever it wants, but we can create our own sort of planet,
So what kind of music do you listen when you're not in Green Day? What's the main influence going around when you put something in your own house and the thing you want to listen from your soul?
I like Bikini Kill, Pretenders, Stones, Generation, Beatles.
It's kind of old, I would can call old-fashioned rock and roll, but still exists, still around.
Some songs.
There's some new stuff in there too.
Some new songs.
So what do you think about the Rolling Stones going around one more year around with a new album and a new tour?
Those guys are going to be playing until they're 110.
Yeah,
if they're not already 110.
I hope so. I hope so
too.
I think they're bionic or something.
They can do whatever the fuck they want because they're the Rolling Stones, and they've been around making good music for a lot longer than everyone else.
As soon as they can't get it up anymore, all they have to do now is a little pump.
Things going like this, maybe, right now. Maybe it happens to you sometimes in around 40 or 50 years. Who knows?
Who knows?
Can you imagine yourself doing that when you're going to be very, old or?
Pumping up my penis? Yes, I can.
I can imagine.
I'll let you pump up my penis.
I can imagine doing it tomorrow, but I don't know. We never know what happens.
You play a lot of live stuff in studio. Do have a long time reflection around the sound and the real stuff of the guitar, the real sound of the bass, or
Yeah,
it just comes
our record-
spontaneous thing going around?
It sounds like how we sound live, you know. It's like we always try and make it sound like us, and you know, not overproducing anything. We're just basically kicking ass, you know. Nimrod, I'm the greatest rock and roll drummer in the world.
Eat it.
Billy Joe's the king of punk, and basically, yeah.
You still believe it's a kind of punk rock?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's where we come from, you know, and there's no way we'd ever just completely abandon it. You know. But I think before we're like punk rockers, I like to consider ourselves being songwriters.
So what is the main difference between, as you said, being a musician, be punk, be on stage, and be a songwriter? In 1997, when you write about the world and things going around, it's not so nice. So is it difficult to be a songwriter? I mean, a good songwriter?
You know, you have to push yourself to be the best you can, but that's the only thing you can do. You know, it's like you don't ever try to top. I never try to top myself or anything. Just kind of write.
Be selfish and write for yourself. Try and please yourself and be your own worst critic.
Voilà, pour l'instant, c'est l'heure de la sacro-sainte réclame. Coupure pub dans le mag de Green Day. À tout de suite, pub. Is it difficult to be yourself as a musician, as a rock band, because it's not entities, three peoples, you know?
Before we put any sort of like punk rock image in front of ourselves or anything other than that, we're musicians, songwriters, and that's what comes first. That's the most important thing with this band.
Just being a good band, and I don't know, we just
We try not to complicate things by like trying to intellectualize about anything. We just kind of do what we know how to do, and you know, try not to think about it too much, because you know, I mean, we put everything we can into our songs, but you know, comes a time where you kind of have to put, you know, it's like, you know, we're not really here to critique ourselves, we're here to make ourselves, you know.
Do you feel there's a democracy inside the band?
A certain amount. Certain dictatorship too.
With three aides dictator?
Yeah. Well, we want to take over the world.
Can we expect to see you live pretty soon in France? Do you have a project of touring, or?
Probably in February is the best estimated guess I could think right now.
Isn't it the most important part of the work when you put an album out, is go on the road and meet the real fans? I mean, real people want to hear the music.
Yeah, well, we have a really, you know, I like to think we have a good connection with our audience, you know, and it's, you know, it'd be good to see familiar faces again, you know, come out to the shows, and we had a great show in Lyon and Paris last time we were here, so.
I was there.
Oh, cool.
I saw you on stage. So the thing is, now you want to talk with journalists and cameras. Before you were not very comfortable with journalists and critics, that stuff. So do you change your mind?
You know, we did that for all of Dookie, and with Insomniac, we're like, look, here's the record. We just want to play shows and be a band for a while. And, you know, now we're ready to do some more press. And you got to keep it interesting. You can't do the same thing forever. You just got to keep doing new things, you know. That's why we enjoy being in the studio. We enjoy creating songs and practicing at home, and we enjoy playing shows on the road. But you can't do one thing all the time, you know.
But don't you think that people give too much importance to the press and the critics and all that stuff, and less the music around?
Totally.
You know?
I think people make their own decisions. And
I think there's a lot of journalists that give too much importance to themselves. I mean, I think our audience doesn't give a shit about, I mean, our audience knows who we are, and they're not going to give a shit about what someone has to say about us, you know?
opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Anyway, you're right. So what is the next project for Green Day right now? I mean, at the day of today, you stay in Paris today, you'll be gone tomorrow. So
Tomorrow we're going to write a new record.
We just go, we're
go back to
going
the studio.
we're playing a show in London, and then we're going to start our tour in the States pretty soon. So, expecting
But the
fun
first
times
thing we're going to do is go buy a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, for the next interview at the Sun, okay. We didn't see so much of your face, but we can see it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. If you have anything to say to your fan, you can do it right now. You say to your fan in France.
We will see you soon, Frenchie.
I love you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Voilà, le Mag de Green Day c'est terminé. On se retrouve demain avec un autre Mag et d'autres artistes. En attendant, 36 15 MCM rubrique courrier. Laissez-nous vos messages. Salut, à demain, bye.